Hello everyone! It's me, Sir Chad, your matulungin mentor. Ang topic natin ngayong araw is how to solve a quadratic equation and rational algebraic equations. Bago tayo magsimula, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell icon para updated kayo sa mga videos na i-upload ko. Alam ko, excited na kayo. Simulan na natin! Okay, let's start. Tulad ng sinabi ko kanina, ang topic natin is solving quadratic equations and rational algebraic equations. Dapat muna nating malaman kung ano bang hitsura ng isang ratio. So, ang ratio is a proportion or relation of two numbers. So, for example, meron tayong 1:2. So, ang 1:2, pwede natin siyang gawing 1/2. So, siya ay isang ratio. Example also, x is to y. So, ito is ratio and kapag kinonvert natin into fraction, magiging x divided by y. Another example, halimbawa, 1 plus a is to w plus 3. So, kapag ginawa natin siyang fraction, 1 plus a divided by w plus 3. Ganun lang kasimple and ganun lang kadali maintindihan ang isang ratio. Okay, so halimbawa, nag-a-add tayo ng dalawang ratio or dalawang fraction. Paano ang gagawin natin doon? For example, meron tayong 1/2 plus 1/2 is equal to, so madali lang tong i-add. So, meron tayong denominator. Kung same ang denominator, just copy the denominator. So, numerator plus numerator. So, 1 plus 1 is equal to 2 divided by 2, which is equal also to 1. So, ang sagot natin is 1. Another example. Paano naman kapag 1/2 plus 3 over 4 or 3/4? Maaari na ba natin siyang ipag-plus ng diretso? As you can see, magkaiba ang value ng kanilang denominator, 2 and 4. Paano natin gagawin yan or paano natin isosolve? Diyan napapasok si LCD or least common denominator. Pero yung iba siguro, hindi pa ganun kabilis or hindi pa ganun ka pamilyar kung paano makuha ang least common denominator ng dalawang fractions na pinag-a-add or pinag-minus. So para makuha ang LCD, hanapin natin ang factors ni 2 and ni 4. Ano ba ang factors ni 2? So, 1 times 2. Yan lang. Dalawa lang yan. Si 4, ang prime factors niya is 1 times 2 times 2. Okay? Naintindihan? Saan ko nakuha si 4? Si 1 times 2 times 2. So, si 4, using inverse division, so 4, divide natin sa 2. So, 4 divided by 2 is 2. And 2 is a prime number. So, kaya nakuha natin si 1 times 2 times 2. So, totoo lang, pwede natin tanggalin si 1. So, ang gagawin lang natin dyan, pagtapatin ang magkaparehas, tapat. So, masusulat natin dito is 2 times 2. And 2 times 2 is 4. Therefore, si 4 ang ating LCD. Okay? So, kung 4 divided by 2 is 2 times 1, so 2. 4 divided by 4 is 1 times positive 3 is positive 3. So, 2 plus 3 is 5 over 4. So, 5 divided by 4. So, pwede na lang nating iwan siyang ganyan. So, therefore, ang sagot sa 1/2 plus 3/4 is 5 over 4. Okay, na-discuss na rin lang natin ang LCD, which is mahalaga rin siya na maintindihan kasi gagamitin din natin siya mamaya sa ating rational algebraic equations. Let's have another example. 2 over a plus a over 3 ano ang LCD ng dalawang fraction or dalawang ratio? Ganun lang din yung process katulad ng ginawa natin kanina. Ano yung factor ni A? A is 1 times A. Or, alisin na natin si 1. Next, si 3. Si 3 is 1 times 3. Tandaan, huwag nating itatapat kapag magkaiba ng value. Okay? So, alisin natin si 1. So, as we can see here, so, drag natin pababa, meron tayong A times 3. 8 times 3 is 3A. So, therefore, ang ating LCD is 3A. Okay, let's have another example. So, ang ating equation or ating sum of two ratio will be given as 2 over A minus 3 plus A over 2. So, magkaiba ulit ang ating denominator. So, hindi natin siya maaaring mapag-add ng diretso. Ang gagawin natin, syempre, hanapin ang factor ni A minus 3 at ni 2. Hindi nyo siya pwedeng paghiwalayin kasi meron siyang minus sa gitna. Hindi siya pwedeng paghiwalayin. A minus 3, so ang factor niya is 1 times A minus 3. Then si 2, ang factor niya is 1 times 2. Mapapansin nyo, hindi ko siya pinagtapat kasi magkaiba ng value. Again, so pagtapatin lang. Ang natitira is 1 times A minus 3 times 2. Or, mawawala si 1. So, 2 times A minus 3 or simply 2 times A minus 3. Siya na yung ating LCD. LCD for this equation. Okay, another example tayo. Ang equation nating ibibigay is 2 over W minus 3 plus W over 2 is equal to negative 1 half. So, meron na tayong whole equation. Bakit siya may equation? Sinabi kong equation kasi may equal sign na siya. Hahanapin daw natin yung LCD. So, ang gagawin natin, ilipat na lang natin tong negative 1 half sa kabila and then equate natin siya sa 0. Ang mangyayari, 2 over W minus 3 plus W over 2. Yung negative 1 half, nilipat sa kabila, magiging positive 1 half equals 0. Kita nyo naman, yung ating denominators is magkakaiba. Maaaring itong dalawa parehas, pero iba pa rin sila dito sa isang ratio. So, same process, hanapin natin ang LCD through finding the factors of W minus 3 and then 2. W minus 3, so siya is 1 times W minus 3. And then yung 2 is 1 times 2 and another 2, 1 times 2. Pagtapat-tapatin lang ulit ang magkakaparehas. So, ang mangyayari, 1 times W minus 3 times 2. Kung isi-simplify, simplify natin siya. So, dito natin siya i-simplify. So, 1 times W minus 3 times 2. So, mawawala si 1, pwedeng mawala. So, 2 times W minus 3 or simply 2 times W minus 3. Therefore, ito yung ating LCD. Guys, LCD to hindi siya sagot ng W or value ng W. Siya ay LCD. Ang ginagawa pa lang natin, kinukuha natin ng LCD ng given equation or given ratio. Okay, after nating i-discuss ang LCD, papasok na tayo sa center ng ating discussion, which is solving rational algebraic equations. So, ano ba ang itsura ng isang rational algebraic equation? So, magbibigay tayo syempre ng example. Given equation, 1 over a plus 1 over a plus 5 is equal to 1 over 10. Given this rational algebraic equation, hahanapin natin ngayon yung value ng a. Bago natin mahanap ang value ng a, kailangan i-convert muna natin siya into a quadratic equation. So, meron tayong 2 ratios. Kailangan natin siyang mapag-plus. Kaso, magkaiba yung ating denominator. Ang need natin ngayon is hanapin yung LCD. And how can we find the LCD? We must need to find the factors of a and a plus 5. So, factor ni a is 1 times a and factor ni a plus 5 is 1 times a plus 5. Tatanungin nyo, bakit po hindi pwede magpantay si a at si a ng a plus 5? Bakit hindi pwede? Kasi si a na to walang kasama. Si a plus 5 may kasama, which is yung positive 5. So, hindi sila pwedeng pagtapatin. Okay? Dalhin natin sa baba lahat. So, 1 times a plus 5, or maaari nating masimplify, which is a times a plus 5. And this will be the least common denominator or the LCD. After nating mahanap si LCD, so maaari na natin itong i-express as a single ratio. Having LCD, a times a plus 5. A times a plus 5 divided by a is, kung alisin si a, ang matitira, a plus 5. Then, a times a plus 5 divided by a plus 5. So, kung iharangan natin si a plus 5, ang matitira, si a lang. Times positive 1, positive a. Equals 1 over 10. Next, so a plus a is 2a. So 2a plus 5 divided by a times a plus 5 is equal to 1 over 10. After nating makuha ang ratio na ito, na 2a plus 5 all over a times a plus 5 is equal to 1 over 10, maaari natin siyang ipag-cross multiplication. Ano ibig sabihin ng cross multiplication? Numerator times the denominator of the ratio from the different side of equal sign, and the denominator multiplied by the numerator of the ratio from the right side of equal sign. So, ang mangyayari dyan, a times a plus 5 multiplied by 1 is equal to 2a plus 5 multiplied by 10. So, simplify natin to. Distributive property of equality. A times a is a squared. A times 5 or a times positive 5 is positive 5a. Times 1, so any number multiplied by 1 is the same as the number. Equals 2a times 10 is what? So, 20a. Then, 5 times 10 is positive 50. So, kailangan na ang right side natin mag-equate sa 0. And lahat ng terms malipat sa kabila. So, ililipat natin ang 20a plus 50 sa kaliwa. Murahin ko na lang to. So, ang equation natin, a squared plus 5a is equal to 20a plus 50. Ilipat natin sa kabila, magiging a squared plus 5a minus 20a, positive, naging negative pag niliban sa equal sign. 50, nilipat sa kabila, magiging minus 50 is equal to 0. Next, 5a minus 20a is negative 15a. So, ang matitirang sa equation natin is a squared minus 15a minus 50 is equal to 0. Ito na ngayon ang ating quadratic equation. Ang quadratic equation na ito is the conversion from the rational algebraic equation na given. Okay, so yung quadratic equation natin nakuha is equivalent lang dito sa rational algebraic equation natin. So sulat na lang natin siya dito. A squared minus 15a minus 50 is equal to 0. So, isolve natin and hanapin yung value ni A. So, merong 4 na paraan. Extracting the roots, factoring, completing the square, and through the quadratic equation, which is, quadratic formula rather, which is yun yung gagamitin natin. Hanapin muna natin ang value ni A, which is 1, value ni B, which is negative 15, and C, which is negative 50. Ano ang quadratic formula? So, x kung ang variable natin is x, pero ang variable natin is a, so a is equal to negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. Substituting value ng a, b, and c, so negative of negative 15 plus or minus square root of negative 15 squared minus 4 times a, which is 1, and c, which is negative 50, all over 2 times 1. So, continue ko dito. Okay. Negative of negative 15, so negative times negative is positive 15, plus or minus square root of ano yung negative 15 squared? So, 225 minus 4 times negative 50. So, ano ang 4 times negative 50? So, negative 200 all over 2 times a, or 2 times 1, which is 2. Next, 15 plus or minus square root of 225. Negative times negative magiging positive, so plus for 200 all over 2. 15 plus or minus square root of 225 plus 200 is 425 all over 2. So ano ang factors ni 425? So, ang 425 is 15 plus or minus square root of 25 times 17. Or, so maaari natin siyang isulat na 15 plus or minus square root of 25 times square root of 17 all over 2. Ano yung square root ni 25? So, tama. Siya ay 5. Then, square root of 17. So, wala naman siyang exact square root. So, square root of 17 all over 2. So, ang value ng ating a will be 15 plus or minus 5 square root of 17 all over 2. Ito yung ating value of a, or yung roots ng ating quadratic equation. Okay, so meron tayong dalawang roots. A sub 1 is equal to 15 plus 5 square root of 17 all over 2. And yung a sub 2 is equal to 15 minus 5 square root of 17 divided by 2. So meron tayong two roots of the quadratic equation or the rational algebraic equation. Naintindihan? I am the one, the way you turn down the... Very good. Okay. para mas maintindihan natin, need natin ng another example. So, number 2, ang given natin na rational algebraic equation is 2 over x minus 3 plus x over 2 is equal to negative 1/2. So, para ma-solve natin to, i-convert muna natin siya into a quadratic equation and then saka natin isosolve yung roots niya or yung values of x. So, first step, hanapin natin ang LCD ni x minus 3 at ni 2. Para makita natin ang LCD nilang dalawa, kailangan hanapin natin yung factors muna nila. So, x minus 3, ang factors niya is 1 times x minus 3. And then yung 2, so ang factor niya is 1 times 2. So, pagtapat-tapatin lang ulit natin. So, makukuha natin is 1 times x minus 3 times 2. Or, equivalent siya sa 2 times x minus 3. So, therefore, siya yung ating LCD. So, since nahanap natin yung LCD, so, maaari na natin itong pagsamahin into a single ratio. So, ang LCD is 2 times x minus 3. So, 2 times x minus 3 divided by x minus 3. So, ang matitira is 2 times 2, which is 4. Then, 2 times x minus 3 divided by 2. So, mawawala si 2. Ang matitira, x minus 3. So, plus x. Ito yung x. And then, x minus 3 na natira equals negative 1/2. After that, simplify natin to. X times x and x times negative 3. So 4 plus x times x is x squared. X times negative 3 is negative 3x over 2 times x minus 3 equals negative 1/2. Tulad ng ginawa natin sa first equation natin kanina, gamitan natin ng cross multiplication. So, ang mangyayari, 4 plus x squared minus 3x times 2, which is the denominator ng kabilang ratio, equals 2 times x minus 3 multiplied by negative 1. Huwag niyong kakalimutan yung sign. So, by distributive property of equality, so i-distribute natin si 2 sa lahat ng terms. 2 times 2 is 8. 2 times x squared is positive 2x squared. 2 times negative 3x is negative 6x equals. So, distribute natin si 2 sa bawat terms. 2 times x is 2x. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6 times negative 1. So, hindi pa ito tapos. Yung negative 1, i-distribute po ulit natin. So, 8 plus 2x squared minus 6x is equal to 2x times negative 1 is negative 2x. Negative 6 times negative 1, negative times negative is positive 6. Ito na yung nakuha nating equation. Continue natin dito. So, sulat ko lang ulit ito. 8 plus 2x squared minus 6x is equal to negative 2x plus 6. Okay. So, lahat ng nasa right side, ilipat natin sa left side. So, 8 plus 2x squared minus 6x, negative 2x, ililipat, magiging positive 2x, 6 malilipat, so magiging negative 6 is equal to 0. So, atin siyang pagsunod-sunurin from the highest exponent. So, 2x squared minus 6x plus 2x plus 8 minus 6 is equal to 0. So, nilipat ko lang sa kabila. 8x, negative 6x plus 2x is negative 4x. And 8 minus 6 is 2. So, ang makukuha nating sagot is 2x squared minus 4x plus 2 is equal to 0. Therefore, ito yung ating quadratic equation which is equivalent from our rational algebraic equation given in this form. Oo nga pala, maaari pa natin itong masimplify. Bakit? Kasi ang numerical coefficients, yung 2, yung negative 4, at ang constant na 2 is all divisible by? Okay, so divisible silang lahat kay 2. So, divide natin all of the terms and the right side of equal sign into 2. So, magiging equation natin, 2x squared over 2 minus 4x over 2 plus 2 over 2 is equal to 0 divided by 2 is 0. So 2 divided by 2 is 1, so x squared. 4 divided by 2 is 2, huwag kakalimutan yung minus, so minus 2x. 2 divided by 2 is positive 1. So ito ang ating simplest form ng quadratic equation which is equivalent to our given rational algebraic equation. Gets? Okay. Okay, so since itong quadratic equation is equivalent dito sa rational algebraic equation natin, so sulat ko na lang dito sa tabi. X squared minus 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. So ito yung ating quadratic equation na hanapan ng roots. So this quadratic equation can be expressed as the product of two binomial which is equivalent to 0. So x squared, meron tayong dalawang x. And hahanapin natin itong second term ng each binomials. X squared minus 2x plus 1. So kailangan itong second terms ng binomial is factors of 1 when added is equal to negative 2. Paano ang gagawin? So ano ang factors ni 1? Siyempre, 1 times 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. Okay na ba yan? Hindi pa, kasi negative yung kailangan natin. Pwede rin naman natin gawin na 1 is equal to negative 1 times negative 1. Negative times negative will be positive. So, negative 1 plus negative 1 is equal to negative 2. Therefore, ito na yung hinahanap nating factors ni 1 na kapag pinag-add, negative 2. So, ang isusulat natin dito sa blanks ay negative 1 and negative 1. So, x minus 1 and x minus 1. Makukuha na natin ang values ni x kasi yung each binomial, i-equate natin siya sa 0. So, x minus 1 is equal to 0. Negative 1, ililipat sa kabila, magiging positive 1. Therefore, x is equal to 1. Another binomial, x minus 1 is equal to 0. Pag nilipat si negative 1 sa kabila, magiging positive. So, x is equal to 1. Okay guys, that concludes our part 1 of discussion about quadratic equation and rational algebraic equation. Take note, part 1 pa lang yan. Magkakaroon tayo ng part 2 with the same discussion. But it will includes word problems and hoping na panoorin nyo rin ito upang makatulong sa inyong pag-aaral. Again, this is Sir Chad, your math tulungan mentor. Hope to see you in my next videos. Thank you. Goodbye.